Happy Friday, guys. Honestly, I didn't even know it was Friday until my girlfriend Raquel posted Fresh Face Friday. So that's the kind of week I've had. Anyways, I am currently waiting for a prescription, so I have some time to chit chat and wanted to catch up because I have a rant and a rave. So if you've ever heard of this, I'm going to rave about something, and then I'm also going to rant about something. So I want to first rave about my buddy Daniel Trippi. He's a local business owner here in Orlando. He also had some businesses in Atlanta, but is now here in Orlando. He owns Tri-Point Medical Solutions, and then he also owns a regenerative medical center, so where they do regenerative medicine. Anyways, he did a really awesome video earlier today about how he had people calling, would ask pricing, and they essentially were trying to compare what they do for regenerative medicine from a chiropractor's office. And it's just, how do you compare apples to oranges? And I felt that in my soul because I am understanding of this on the Etsy regard. So as a business owner, I've been a business owner for a very long time. For about 14 years, I did business development, had my own company, came out of business development and staffing and stuff like that. Now I'm doing the whole esthetician skincare game. So I've been a business owner for a very long time. If I were to ever give any advice, I could soundly give advice to anybody in regards to owning a business, because I not only own a business myself, but I actually did business development and owned a business doing that for so many years. So expertise, and having the expertise in order to give not just sound advice when it comes to, particular modalities and treatments and services, but also education and advice on that regard. So, I felt this because comparing apples to oranges, I've had myself, people contact me wanting to know pricing and stuff like that. I always reference them to my booking site because I simply don't know every single price that I have for over 150 services, because I'm not your average esthetician. I don't just cover the face. I'm doing the entire face, all of the body. I offer medical treatments, for different types of treatments that are needed for skin issues. And that comes from a lot of the education that I personally have. So, my pricing is based on a lot of things, not just the general market, and if I am competitive in the market that I'm in, but also my location, the products, and most importantly, the education that goes into maintaining and offering these services and treatments. So I'm not just some Joe Blow that went and did one little online class and suddenly I'm an expert. No, I went to school for this. I have a lot of hours under my belt for a lot of the treatments and a lot of the knowledge that I have. And so that's ultimately what I bring to the table. That's also why my consultations will never be free. Because you're getting an hour of my time where I am going over product knowledge. I'm breaking down your bad habits. I am going over your lifestyle, and I'm also going over your nutrition, and I'm making the connection for you for gut health as well as your skin health and why it's so important. And so that's not some 5-minute little spiel that I can do. That it takes an hour. Sometimes it runs over into an hour and a half. So it's dependent upon each person's needs. Every person is different. Every body is different. I'm going to repeat that. Every body is different. So, what is meant for Jane is not meant for Sally. And so ultimately what it boils down to is then the type of expertise that you're looking for in helping you for any of the skin issues or, let's say, business practices that you are trying to achieve. So I felt this in my soul, and I'm raving about the video that Daniel did earlier today, because it's crazy to me how there are the Googlers. You got Yoli on YouTube, you got Becky the blogger, you got Sally at Sephora, and all of these different individuals who are out there, and they may use a product, or, oh, look at the glow, how my skin looks. And then you are at home seeing this, because everybody in the society that we live in this day and age lives off of the edge of their phone, believes that because it worked for Sally at Sephora, or because it worked for Yoli on YouTube, or Tammy on TikTok, or Becky the blogger, that it's going to work for you. But in reality, it's not. And you need to be doing your research and understanding who is bringing this information to the table and what they're providing you with. Are they actually educated on the subject matter? Because credentials go a very long way. So, I will also say that, while Tammy on TikTok looks really awesome, doesn't mean that she knows what's good for your skin and what's ultimately going to benefit you and help you. Just likewise, even if there is an individual who may have been in the business for a long time, do they keep up with their education? Are they going to seminars, taking webinars, doing additional, classes to keep their mind enriched in the education and staying up to date in what's going on as far as different practices and how they evolve over time? So I think that that's also a big thing, because there could be somebody who has 15 years of experience or 20 years of experience still doing old practices from 20 years ago, and they're not up to date with the new things that could maybe help treat psoriasis or rosacea or acne. So, and those are really big topics that individuals who have those skin issues, if they're coming to you for that help, do you actually know how to genuinely help them? And likewise, do you have the education to back it? So I felt something when I heard, Daniel's video, because it is true. It gets me, it grinds my gears almost when I have somebody who goes on Google and they think that they know what they're talking about because they went and researched something on Google University. And guess what? The bloggers out there don't know everything, because sometimes they're just bloggers. They may not be, a doctor or a specific esthetician. And even then, there's a lot of people who have different opinions when it comes to different things. So it's also what's best suited for you. And just because there's an esthetician out there who only charges $60 for a facial, what are you getting with that facial? Are you getting a basic facial? Are you getting everything that your skin needs? Or does it behoove you to spend $125 or $200 for a specific facial that is going to accommodate you and your skin needs? Because you're going to get what you pay for. So, and a lot of times what you're paying for is not just the location or the products that somebody is using, but more so the education that somebody carries. That's so important. Understand who are your experts. Stop with the Google University stuff. And if you're an esthetician and you're looking to broaden, your education, because maybe you feel like you went to school, and maybe if you're a new esthetician, you went to school and you realized, because you're getting out there in the real world, that what they taught you in clinicals and what they taught you in class is not what you're being served in the actual spa treatment room. And that there's a lot more that goes into it. And they just ultimately taught you to pass state boards. And guess what? There's a lot more that goes to that. So, if you are looking for, or maybe you're a seasoned esthetician and you aren't up to date with some new protocols, it behooves you to get educated. So you're never too old to learn. You know, stay on, you know, on your education. Make sure that you are an expert about the services and the treatments that you're offering. You know, and then you as the consumer, you as the client, make sure that you're doing your due diligence. Look at the reviews, you know, look at the before and afters, see what you are essentially going to be paying for. So all of it's very important. Everybody has a fantastic Friday. If anybody has any questions, contact me, book a consultation. I do treat individuals who are not necessarily in Florida but are in other states, so I can help virtually as well, and we'll also tag team with other awesome estheticians. So I hope everybody is feeling awesome today, and I hope that you guys learned some information about this. Thanks.